Thanks for tuning in. This is gonna be my 7/7 portal reading. I normally channel in the twin flame energy. I'm a twin myself in union, and for this 7/7 portal, I honestly pulled these cards early this morning. Wait a minute, let me slow down. Let me start over. If you like this video, please do like, subscribe, and share. And please hit that bell next to subscribe so that you can get, the videos that I get a chance to upload when I'm getting more content. So as it comes to me, as I document it, it comes to you if you hit that bell. So this is what I got for the 7/7 portal. We're actually going to do it's like the navigator's spread. And so we're going to do past, present, future. But first off, let me say it is Mercury retrograde. We get a lot of overlaps in energy during retrogrades, a lot of karma coming back in. The moon was in Saturn for some time. We did have this eclipse on the 2nd. There's a lot going on. There are more full moons and a lunar eclipse headed back I believe in the middle of the month here, towards the end of the month. I couldn't tell you exactly which day. I think it was either the 16th or the 21st. I don't know, but that number 16 and the number 21, those are, like when you're 16, you learn to drive. When you're 21, it is legal for you to have a adult beverage, and go to the counter and purchase it yourself. So that's just kind of like another portal that you walk through. But let me get into this read. For the past, as you can see, the first card we got was the Magician card. We got the Archpriestess, the Hierophant, and the Fortune card. I pulled a couple of angel cards, and the Archangel Uriel came out with the brilliant idea, and you guys have to forgive me. There's always going to be little kids around with me, or my little lambs, my little angels, whatever you want to refer to them as. But I try to tune in and do this while they're asleep, but I'm actually kind of disturbing my little girls, so forgive me for that. And let me get back into this. And Archangel Michael, who shows up with the Remember Who You Are card. In the present, next to the Magician card, we have the Four of Cups, followed by Destiny, the Star card, Eight of Pentacles, and then the focus of the entire reading is the Sun card. And in the 7/7 portal in the future, we got the Devil card, the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor card, and the Fool card. And these two Archangel cards actually wanted to come out when I set the deck back down, so I just went ahead and pulled them, which is the Outdoors card and the Prioritize card, being, let's see if I can get this where you can see it, Archangel Raphael, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. And then with the prioritize card, we got Archangel Metatron saying focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So maybe that is in the future, as we can see, is on the future side of the reading. So in the past, we see you had the Magician card. And with the Magician card, what I got from it was that you are actually on the next level. In the past, you dealt with karma. The Fortune card is actually a karma card. And so with the karma card, it actually speaks on decisions that you make before you are born. It's the decisions that you make before you were born that you will deal with in this lifetime. And so I'm actually going to read it if I can get it and keep my hand steady, or just kind of go into it and get the key notes, because I don't want to leave anything out that would help, especially during this portal. Okay, and so as we can see, the Fortune card is a rational card. And the major thing was, it was saying be magnanimous, both with your time and with your space, for a greater reckoning of your actions is kept in the records of karma. And it was also saying, so, and this card is kind of like the wheel card. As you can see, there's the wheel on the card. There's a lot of stuff going on this wheel. But there's also the rainbow, which depicts, there's actually, the whole card is a rainbow. And it's like this promise is being projected out throughout the galaxy, throughout creation. And so it's almost to say it's definitely saying that you are a starseed. It's saying that you have had past lives, and that in this lifetime it's saying it's vital to anticipate events in order to profit from them. For you are bombarded every day with a profusion of sense impressions which you cannot escape. And so this card represents you here in the earth realm, and it's part of your destiny. And that's like a double confirmation for destiny, because the destiny card is actually out in the present. So it's like, once again, this is a karma card, and then this is like the sister card to that karma card. So you have two karma cards out here. So you may be dealing with karma right now. Well, actually, you're definitely dealing with karma right now. And even this destiny card, if you jump from one to the other, once again, it goes into speaking about decisions that you would have made, post-birth, post-being born, decisions about things you came here to, like to rectify, to build and grow on. I don't know why, but I guess with this 7/7 portal, I go back to this dream that I had a while back when I first was contemplating, should I start documenting my journey, because I've been on it for so long before I even knew there was something to call it. And it was so, like up and down, roller coaster, really high highs, really low lows, which is kind of like your qualifications for being extraordinary. And as you can see, there is an indigo on this card. So you're depicted as the indigo in this reading. And then there's the Ten of Cups here on this card. And the twins are in the sun. And it almost looks as though they're holding up the galaxy. You have the gazelle here. You have a iguana here. You have millions and millions of ancestors watching. And so, you came here with a cause and a purpose. Because as you can see, she's reading this book. It's like she's reading her own story. Because she knows she came here, or he came here, to, live out being in divine essence and not being boxed in or caged in. But that's actually, like the overall energy of the entire read. That's what this entire read is about. And so with this Magician card, the main thing it's saying is that you have harnessed this energy through balancing your left and right brain, which is a very complicated thing to do. I mean, it's everything: your diet, what you allow in your space, what you allow to be, eating through tele-live vision, because what you see is what you eat, and you are what you eat. And so at this point, you have, in your past, made a conscious decision to really go in and take control of that. And you have this disillusion card with the Archpriestess. And in this, on any deck with this Archpriestess, you get twin flame energy. This is you. This is the twin. This is your higher self, which is so powerful because it came out above the Hierophant, which would be the counterpart in the lower self to the High Priestess. And so it's showing how balanced you have become in the past in order to achieve these goals, in order to heal and help other twin flames to come into union with their higher self. And that is in the 3D, the 5D, the 8D, and 9D if you are, like conscious to these realms in which it looks like you must be, But with this Archpriestess, it's saying that you have a brilliant idea. And with this brilliant idea, what you're doing in the past, you'd been, you opened up the book of your life, like this Sun card depicts, and you just took all of those memories that you had and, the energies that you harnessed from the elements, and you came up with ideas, you built plans. I mean, you got a spread. It's like down here, this scroll is showing all of these ships. I mean, there has to be 10 ships in this card. These are gifts, ideas, manifestations. These are powerful invokings that you hold the strings to, in your hands, because you have that self-mastery with the power of the Magician, with the energy of the Magician right above it. It falls right in line with you being in your higher self, and with you no longer doubting yourself here, because the Hierophant actually being the masculine energy within the twin flame union would propose onto the archpriestess his petition of divinity, and she would accept it. And if she accepts it, what they create together would be basically magical. And that's karma. That's karma for you from a past life. And so, of course, your divine masculine here in this life, or your divine feminine here in this life, would have been a past life lover. And so you guys may have unfinished business. And the reason why I'm speaking of that is because the dream that I had, I just think of it often. It was in the hospital. It was in the baby ward. And you could tell these two infants, they were infants, and they had just been born. But it was weird because they were not in the nursery. They were out, some kind of way. They had broken free, and they were basically crawling the halls. And these halls were dark, but these two infants were crawling these halls in search of something. There's a possibility that they were in search of one another. Almost to say that we come here with a knowing of whether we're a twin, or maybe not to know that we're a twin, but we know that there is a part of us that seems to be displaced. And so you have come here to heal that, or to modify that, and to make it into, make it into that great ideal, because you remembered who you are. And it says you are powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. So that's obviously from birth. You're loved by your mother during the utero process, and then that love that you come into this world with, it can attract, a likeness onto itself, which would be your twin. First you fall in love with yourself, and then you have the fullness of yourself to offer unto another. So with this Four of Cups card, it speaks of discontentment. As you can see, the cups spilled over, and with discontentment, once again, this is the present, and this is what you're working on now, which is your destiny is creating balance. With this destiny card, let me see if I could look up here. With this destiny card being a karma card, what it was saying is that karmic justice about a decision that was made before birth. And it is saying that here in this lifetime, people appreciate your integrity about, many subjects. So you have knowledge. You have obtained the gift to get knowledge. And that is part of your fortune, part of your karma. And it says, seeing another's point of view, it helps you with forgiveness of yourself and of others. So that means for this card, I'm getting divine feminine energy, because a lot of times divine feminine is building and working on herself. Not to say that divine masculine is not doing the same, but divine feminine is working on herself. She's doing these energy healings. She's doing these clearings. She's identifying childhood, like hurts and fears. She is working on her diet, changing it up where it needs to be changed. And that's what attracts your divine masculine in, your, so-called quote-unquote twin flame in. That's when he gets that revelation. And this star card is their revelation card. And with this deck is like different. It's totally, it's totally about shadow work. And so with the eclipse, is the reason why I'm using this deck, is because it's definitely about shadows and doing the work if you're truly a twin. And so you're not going to come into union if you're not doing the work. And if you do so happen to call your twin in, it can be very hurtful and painful if you're not doing the work. Because with both of you being, like you're here on a mission, you have something, you have a cause. And when you want nothing, nothing bothers you. But when you have a cause, things will affect you. And so, once again, you have the star card that says letting go to gain clarity. Continuously letting what's inside come to the surface enables you to face life. And so that's basically karma clearing. So of course you're clearing this karma in the present by identifying, it's two cards. It's a third karma card where you're, like openly clearing this karma. You're not worried about who's judging you anymore. You recognize that what you have to do, it's only so much time. Even if you look at this star almost depicts the hands on the clock. And so it's time to do what you have to do, since you know that you are a twin. So in the Eight of Swords card here, you can see, once again, these are twins, another twin card. And it's like to say economy. So with economy, that's like, two different states of mind. You got one twin that wants to take the pentacle and hide it somewhere. And then you have another that is, it's like the lower self and the higher self. The higher self wants to become artistic, wants to open up, wants to, show others how to get the pentacle and use that as a gift, use that as an offering to give back to the galaxy in order to, kind of create that infinite giving and receiving that is always part of being a twin. Whatever you do, your twin receives. Whatever your twin does, you receive. And so you can almost, like force your hand. And I'm not saying, try to force someone else to, force someone else to be in your life or for you to be in theirs. I'm saying you can affect the way you used to do things in a good way by thinking differently, opening up your heart and soul to new, innovative concepts. As a twin, this is what you were put here for, and you should be passionate about it. As you can see, there are red stars in the card. It's almost to say your ancestors were passionate about you coming here in their likeness, coming here as, what they left behind being passionate about what they knew, and now you can put your spin on it and make it greater than it was initially in order to raise the vibration of the planet. Twins do that. You're under contract, and so with contracts, there's always a job or, like a twist in the plot. And so in the future energy, we have the devil card. I don't even know if I really took the time to look deeply. I didn't. And for this deck, I definitely want to get into the devil card and make sure that I'm giving you, like giving you an opportunity to really look beyond these simple readings. I've been hearing so many, because I do love to learn, and I do love to be, like open or keep an open mind. And so I don't care what other people think. I mean, why should we? But we do want to be educated. It's like when you're writing a story, you don't want to be a fool and think that you should edit your own story. That's why we have editors. And so there can be someone, oh my goodness, yes. There can be someone that, they don't read like you. There are so many readers that are all different. They see something different. And of course what they see may be completely opposite of what you see. But, like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And you've got to get to your goal the way you can get there. And it's really by playing by your own rules. And, living by your grand will. Followers, you can follow someone off a cliff. But let's just get to this devil card. With this devil card is the subjugation card. And so with this devil card, it's saying that someone is hiding something from you. And because your credulity, you are taken in by their falsehood, or perhaps you are the false one. Keeping the truth from people is a way of manipulating them. And that is to subjugate them to your will. So you may be dealing with some, a lot of times they say fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sag energy, and it might have you upside down. That person could even be your twin, or it could be you in two minds about the journey. It's like, should I stay on this journey? Should I jump ship? Should I walk away from my twin? Should I say fuck them? And it's about figuring out what you're going to do. Figure out what the hell you're going to do, and judge you, because a lot of people are talking about such ridiculous stuff like, oh, well, I don't need this or I don't need that. But everyone's journey is an independent journey. It's not about what other people need. It's about staying encouraged to not be influenced by what other people would think of you in the first place on your journey. If you listen enough, you know that there is another type of journey that, there's the fool's journey. And so, of course, in this card, in this the future side of the reading, the Fool card is the final card in the reading. But we will get to that. And so, it says you may be inclined to slander or vilify others to bring them down so that you appear superior. It says one method of doing this is to make someone the butt of a joke, a cruel joke, or cutting remark. Although this may seem hilarious at the time, later you may feel deeply ashamed. Try to make amends with those who you have wounded. Okay? And so doing this in the future gets you your 9 of Pentacles. You know? It's like saying I graduated with a B plus, because who is perfect? No one is perfect, but you can achieve more. You know? You definitely can achieve more. And so with this 9 of Pentacles coming in after this devil energy, it's like saying something or someone, pissed me off. But not to say they pissed me off. Always keep your power. Say, I allowed them to piss me off. Because that's what happened, You might have walked into a web of lies. As you can see, there's the web here on this card. There's a 3. There's 6 people on this card. The hanged man is on this card. But the hanged man is actually enlightened. And so it's the way it's your perspective. The hangman is chilling. The hangman is not suffering. I mean, there may be some decks where he appears to be suffering, but the hangman is, he's been hanging around all this time. So you got to just think about it. And then there's in this card, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's that 8 of Swords energy. And it's just a lot going on in this devil card. Devil card can depict passions. Passions can be, erotic passions. It could be dark passion. But either way it goes, since you're on mission and you're doing the work as a twin in this 7-7 portal, the read, it depicts that you let that devil energy pivot you towards greatness. You got back to the essence of being a twin. And it's not just about money. It's this 2 of Pentacles. It's 2 of Pentacles. It's like a double portion of balance. And with this double portion of balance and this 5 of Pentacles as well here, it's like saying you took everything and you made it legit. And with his foot on the turtle, I don't know, when I get the turtle, I always get the tortoise and the hare. And we know that the tortoise was determined. And like the hare was like showboating. And the hare had the capacity to, leave the tortoise in the dust. But the hare was so busy showboating, the hare lost. And as you can see, we got the full moon in this card, depicting the essence of a waning moon. And so I guess that's once again, like going back over here to this Archpriestess card, that's part of those memories. You can remember where Spirit guided you to a victory, or you can even remember where, victory was not so sweet to say, but it was part of your destiny, and you still made it to this 9 of Pentacles. And so up under the 9 of Pentacles with the Emperor card, with this Emperor card here, it says, it's basically saying you can outdo, you're at the point in the future, and this could be the near future, if you got that revelation, if you're getting that revelation right now, you can bend time, because this is a mirror's reflection. This is like the New Testament in the Old Testament. And the star in between is basically saying that, there are dualities, and you can bend time and you can find You know, you can find yourself, you're not gratifying from it all with your perspective. And so with the 7-7 portal open, it's actually opened up an opportunity for you to harness everything that's here, you know, for a resolution. Maybe with your divine masculine, for those that are not in union. Oh my goodness. You guys, forgive me, the dog is outside barking. I don't even have a dog. But the dog is outside barking, so maybe that's confirmation. And then with this Fool card, I'm so loving this Fool card. It says emanation. And so with the Fool card, I have to read this because it was like everything. And it's like your final destination and what you want to achieve, or what the reading says that you are, like projected to achieve in the future is this Fool's energy. And so the Fool card, emanation, it says this card represents the initial impetus of energy manifesting into matter. And then it says, you emanate from behind the veil which separates spirit from matter. Your intrinsic or essential nature will not change until your desire is to cease to exist as a separate being. Oh, excuse me. Let me see if I can steady my hand here. Cease to accept as a separate being, which is powerful, because you got this. It's like, look, this is the present right now. It's like showing you, correct this, like, it's crazy, but it's saying turn this upside down. Don't be trying to, don't think like people used to think, and think that taking what you have and hiding it, or like dealing with it in a shadow aspect is going to truly get you an outward victory. And so once again, it's saying your intrinsic essential nature will not change until you desire to cease to exist as a separate being. You learn that there is no difference between right and wrong, for all are manifestation of the one. In this knowledge, you become a free person. Okay? And so, once again, this is basically saying this. You stop trying to be all good or all bad or deny, one part of yourself to be accepted, by whoever you think would be impressed. And maybe it's no one but you that you are trying to, like, get the bag, keep the bag hid, or, have whatever it is that you think you need to, like, hide who you truly are for. Excuse me, guys. It's saying that there's no bad part of you. You hear me say it all the time, and I'll repeat it again. There's the good and the great. There is no bad. And so, once again, this Fool card is another Twin Flame card. So much Twin Flame energy here. You can't deny that this is a Twin Flame reading. There's twins everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere. The energy is everywhere. And so, remember who you are. Remember that the angels are with you. You know, don't forget this bright idea that you had is a good idea. I mean, and be led by spirit. Don't forget, you know, the prioritizing that Archangel Metatron says that you have his help with. You know what I'm saying? You have it. And then it does say that someone is hiding something. You know, that devil card was saying that someone is hiding something to control something. So yeah, that might not be another person. You know, it may be that you're building something and that you don't want anyone to, you know, like tear it down before you actually get it built. So you're not telling others about that. And that could be the duality of, you know, of the devil card there. Your passion, you don't want to jeopardize your passion because of, you know, somebody saying whatever they would say, because you know what they say. They say -1 plus +1 still equals 0. But that's what I got for this 7/7 portal reading. Definitely thank you guys for tuning in. Please do like, subscribe, and share. I'll do my best to put all the information that I can down in the description box below the video or in the comment section. And I love to hear from you guys. I honestly suggest sending an email. I definitely, you know, with being in a situation of having little ones to, you know, give my attention to and attend to, I don't want to mislead anyone and have you thinking that I actually will have time to, you know, to read comments if they should so, you know, begin to add up or accumulate. But I do want to say thank you in advance and just pay it forward right now. So you guys, stay uplifted. This journey is, you know, it's a winding road, but it's definitely worth the trip. Love and light.